Hi, and welcome to Marketing Live TV for this week, where you can engage in real life marketing live on the show. This week we're running things a little bit different, and I'm going to cause a bit of a stir for all you marketers out there because I think my opinion is that a lot of you are doing a bad job, and not that it's that you're doing a bad job of what your job is. You're doing a bad job of representing marketing. So I'm going to cover off 5 key reasons why I think marketers are representing themselves in a terrible way, and I want you to share your opinions and let me know what you think. Please comment. I'm looking at all the comments on both on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope. If you have an opinion, please feel free to jump in, let me know your thoughts, and I'll tell you why I think most marketers are doing a bad job. So that's that's for, thanks for the comments on Periscope. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting ride. Okay, so I will jump in and just add in here that if you have any interest in marketing, anything that you would like to say, jump on any of these channels, feel free to sing out, and I will contact you, let you know what we are doing. All right, so let's jump into the show. Now, one of the biggest, I'm going to go through 5 key reasons why I think marketers are not doing a great job of representing marketing as a profession, as a skill, and probably even more so as a department within their organization. Now, I've seen this over years and it is frustrating. People wonder why they don't get the credit for what they've done, and they want more credit, they want more business, they want to know why no one believes them, why comments come out to say things like, oh, marketing's just colouring in. Well, unfortunately, that's the perspective of most of the departments, and unfortunately, marketing has caused that. So 5 reasons why I think that we're not doing the best job of representing ourselves. So the first one is people going around spruiking that content is king. Now, I get it. I get that you need to produce the content. I get that you need to produce content for SEO and all of that sort of stuff. But it is not king. You can have the best content in the world, but if you've got a terrible customer experience, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Now, it's marketing's job, from my opinion, to get that customer experience right. If the salespeople aren't following what you're producing, then there's a disconnect, and you need to convince the salespeople why they need to follow the brand guidelines or whatever it may be. So that whole thing of content is king is bullshit. What you need to do is you need to be looking at experience. Experience is king, and I heard it from someone else, and I can't remember off the top of my head who mentioned it, but they are right. You can have all the content in the world, but if your experience is crap, well, so will your results be. So make sure that if you are spruiking the requirements, if you're trying to convince the rest of the company that you need to produce all this content, you need to understand that they want to know how it's going to affect them, and then eventually how it's going to affect the bottom line, which leads me to the second point, and that is finance and accounting has nothing to do with marketing, which is absolute crap. Finance and accounting is critical to marketing. It funds what you spend your money on. It funds the resources that you have, And by clearly understanding return on investment means that you know when you walk into a room and you're pitching an idea, you know how much it's going to cost and how much that it's going to return in a dollar value and how much time it's going to take to produce that output, all of which is a return on marketing investment. And a return on investment will also include the labour costs to produce it, to plan it, to implement it, and all that sort of thing. So if you think that you're going to be a marketer and that you're going to draw pretty pictures and that sort of thing, that's great. You'll stop at the design level and you'll probably stay there for a long time. You need to understand the results and what the results mean for not only yourself but the people that pay your wages, the people that make the decisions. If they're after short-term results and you're driving for long-term results, then you need to be considering the mindset of the person you're pitching it to. Maybe they need to be convinced that there is a long and short-term goal, and maybe, just maybe, that you need to convince, and maybe they need to convince you why the short-term goal is so important. And unfortunately, you may need to actually have to listen. So marketing, if you've experienced this before, please jump on the comments and sing out. Let me know, because it's an interesting situation that most people don't get into outside of marketing, where they don't believe what it is that the department, even, let alone the individuals in the department, are telling them. All right. So I'm just making sure that we've got an accurate feed of all of the comments. So if you've got an issue with the stream, just feel free to sing out with the comments. Let me know issues that you've had or why you would disagree with what I'm saying, because I don't believe that everyone will agree with what I'm saying, and a lot of people, if you're in marketing, will not like what I'm saying, but happy to have that discussion. So let's look at the third item. So the third item is, if you have a heavy focus on social media and you're constantly pushing the values and the virtues of social media, then I'm sorry, but unfortunately you've lost the plot, because social media is not your saving grace. It's not what it might be. Fun, and it might be fun for you personally, and it might be the sexy new shiny toy, which is not even new. And yes, you will get results out of it, but here's some news for you. It's just another channel, just like a newspaper, just like a radio station, just like any other channel that you push your message out to, hoping that someone will listen. Now, yes, you can be slightly more targeted, and yes, you have an opportunity to push your message out directly to people, but here's a fact that people are going to have to get their head around, that these changes that have recently been made make these social media channels pure pay-for-play media platforms. Now, that's a bit to take in, but think about it this way. If Facebook are saying that they're going to only focus on things that come from families or groups that you're interested in, then how do you get in front of new people? You pay. So they are a business. They want people to spend more time engaging on the platform. They're doing the right thing for their customers. but they're also doing the right thing for their revenue, because they know that people will still use Facebook, and the more people that use it by providing a better engaging platform, the more money they make if they strip away pages from appearing. You have to pay to be there, you lose all of the others, and you don't waste any effort. It's not rocket science, it's just fact, and it's moving forward. If you're an agency trying to show people how to go viral or get thousands of followers on social media, then you need to be looking at a new business, because unfortunately it's not going to work for that long. All right, so the fourth one that is probably one that is just a hangover of marketers not being able to convince or not being able to accurately relay the reason for targeted information sharing. And what I mean by that is blasts out to thousands upon thousands of people with your message, with no consideration of when they signed up, what they've done with you, where they've done it, how they've communicated with you, how far they are in their customer life cycle, and just forcing things down people's throat. Now, I don't know how many times I've received emails after downloading a white paper or downloading some information, and the first thing I get is either an email saying, hey, why don't we hook up for a call? I'd love to show you through X, or even worse, I get a phone call within a few hours of doing that. Now, I'm not ready to buy. So why wouldn't you take those signals or question how close I am ready to buy, or that sort of thing? Now, it's not, go back a step. It's not rocket science. It's taught in every marketing degree and certificate that targeted messages and personalized messages work better. And they don't teach it in every university that does marketing, in every college that does marketing around the world for no reason. There's valid researched reasons why they say that, and that is that people want what is relevant to them at the time. Now, if you're not doing that, then just stop. Just stop and find find a better way. If you probably even find that you'll get a better result by ringing one person, let alone than sending email out to 10,000 people. So maybe try that. Do something more personal. It will get you a much better result. You'll get better brand awareness and a better reputation. Trust me, it definitely is something that marketers do. Marketers or people proposing that they are marketers do very badly. So make sure that framing this up, there's nothing wrong with having a newsletter or a piece of information that goes out to your database that they know is coming, that they're interested in. And yes, it does go back to the content part. Completely get it, I know, but you need to make sure that you're aware of what if you're going in for the sell and you're going to try and get some money out of people, make sure that you're targeting the people that are ready to buy. All right, so the last one is the one and I've kind of touched on it before, the 5 key topics, this one's the one that people get confused with. And that is, marketing is not art. Marketing is not going out and creating a pretty picture, hoping that someone will like it and share a post on social media. That is art. If you want to be an artist, call yourself an artist. Call yourself a whatever artist, but don't tarnish the reputation of marketing by saying that you're going to generate results for a business by creating pretty pictures. Just because something looks good doesn't mean it's relevant, or doesn't mean it works. Because something looks good is the first step. Testing how it works and what it works for, or who it works for, is the next step. Refinement is the step after. Testing for conversion is after that, and on and on and on it goes. So if you don't like that, then be an artist. But if you are interested in making a really good contribution to a business or not-for-profit or any other organisation or group or community, then you need to understand the metrics, and you need to be paying attention to how it can be improved on an ongoing basis. Because, put it this way, 10 years ago, no one cared, or no one really cared about your website. Yes, it was there, yes, people were, had them, and there was e-commerce coming along, but look now, everyone, it's the first thing that people want, second to social media. But these things are all well and good, and they're all good, but they can all waste a bucket load of time if you're not producing a result. And you can employ hundreds of people to produce next to no result per person. So make sure that you understand what it is you need to achieve, when you need to achieve it, and how you're going to achieve it. Now, and I do have to frame up that sometimes if you have the right vision, paying attention to the individual details of, small things like marketing metrics, if you know what you need to tweak to improve those metrics to get the end result, then there's no reason why you shouldn't pay attention to those metrics. But if you don't understand what it is that you need to tweak to get a better result out of that channel or platform, then you need to go back and learn. It's that simple. So anyway, I've jumped on my soapbox. I've gone through 5 reasons why I think marketers aren't doing it ourselves the best job of promoting marketing as a profession. We focus on the wrong things. We tell people that things like content is king, when unfortunately it's not. It's engagement, which leads to dollars, and unfortunately that's the one that pays your wages. So kind of makes sense. We say more is better in a lot of cases, but unfortunately it's not. A lot of the times marketers focus too much on the creative without any understanding or consequence of the time and effort and money, resources that goes into running a campaign, and then what the result should be. If you don't understand that, then maybe you should ask. And and then focusing on things like social media, and it's the saving grace, and we're spending hours and hours and hours making posts and all that sort of stuff for 1,000 people that like it, and when really all they're doing is scrolling through and liking every post they can in their feed. So is that really a customer that's ready to buy from you? No. So make sure that if you are targeting customers and you're trying to drive a message through the organization, that you understand what it means, the impact it's going to have, and how it's going to affect the top level of the organization and the bottom line. If you don't know what they mean, then I think you should go out and get some research, go out and do some research. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's been my soapbox version of Marketing Live TV. I hope that I guarantee I've probably offended some people and they've stopped watching because of it, but I'm sorry about that. Feel free to jump on any social media that you like, and I'm happy to debate the pros and cons of what I'm been talking about. If you would like to argue a point, feel free to jump on. You can always jump on a show with me next week or at some point down the line, and we will cover off a topic. If there is anything that you would like to mention, please feel free to jump on these social channels. And yeah, so bye for now. Thanks, and thanks for putting up with my soapbox.